So I had made that previous video before talking about what it's like being a 15 Tango in the Army, because y'all know I had enlisted as a Tango a while back. You know, I say a while back like I've been in that long, but y'all know I had made that video, so I just want to do a follow-up video, like answering some questions, because people ask me questions about this stuff all the time. Like, they reach out to me separately on Instagram and ask me questions about like what was it like being a Tango, what life is like after being a Tango, you know what I mean? Because if you're anything like me, I love that saying where it goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. So even before you join the Army, it's a good idea to think about what you're gonna do after the Army, you know what I mean? Some people might be planning to do the 20 years, some people might just be planning to do the 6 year that come with the 15 Tango contract. So I just want to give a little bit more information and build on that to kind of answer some of those follow-up questions that I always get. So life after being a Tango, you don't have to wait until your time in the Army is done before you start worrying about what you're gonna do afterwards, right? So with the A&P program, a lot of people try to get their A&P because that helps to transition you a little bit better into the civilian world. So fun fact, you don't have to wait until you get out the military to go and work on your A&P. You can do it or earn it while you're in. And I would probably recommend doing it while you're in the military. So I've taken some notes here. So the Army Cool program can pay for the testing, because I think it costs money to go ahead and take those tests, the hands-on, the oral, stuff like that. So the Army Cool program, they will or they can pay for those tests that you want to do. But one thing that I didn't do when I was a Tango was, whenever you do maintenance, whenever you do some work, we have our logbook that you must log whatever maintenance you did, right? That's like a requirement. And once you log it, you put your PID or you use your CAC, whatever it is, to sign off that you completed that work. Well, your PC shop has like a record of like all the maintenance that was done. And they can actually give you a printout, or you can just go in there and like see how many maintenance hours you've done, like you've earned over your time being in. So one thing I never did when I was a Tango and after I left is I never went to my PC. I actually did go to my PC shop, and they were having problems with their servers, because you know, it's the military, always having problems with something. They're having problems with the servers, and they weren't able to get me to print out, because I actually did go in. I just remember I actually did go in and asked to get that printout, and they couldn't do it because something was wrong. But I probably should have pushed on it a little bit more. So definitely trying to get your A&P while you're in the military can benefit you, not even only when you're out in the military, but it can even benefit you while you're in, right? Because that looks good on, like, you're trying to get a promotion or you enter the promotion board or something, you know, that looks good to tell first sergeant major, like, you know, on my spare time, I went ahead and I got my A&P license. That just shows, like, you care about your career, you care about yourself. So, a fun fact about the A&P is you gotta have on-the-job training for 18 to 30 months, depending on, like, what ratings you actually want. So 18 to 30 months. And you have to do the FAA knowledge, practical, and oral exams. And I just want to give a little bit of insight, because everybody know about, oh yeah, 15 Tango, get your A&P, blah, 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 right? But a lot of people don't know about the actual job, like the actual job availability, like after you get out. So like, I was over, y'all know I was at Rucker for a while, or it was Fort Novacell, but Fort Rucker now. They have a lot of, like, I don't want to say 15 Tango spots, but they have a lot of contractor spots open for maintenance. Because you know, Fort Rucker, Alabama that's like where the Aviation Center of Excellence is, right? That's where all the flight training and stuff goes on. So there's a lot of helicopters there. So they need a lot of maintenance done. So there's a lot of jobs available over there. So it's like, I'm not trying to like hold this information or like not put people onto game, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people out here like, oh, I want to do, like I want a job, I just don't know what to do, you know what I mean? Like, get your A&P, and there's for sure jobs sitting over there waiting, because they hire civilians who don't even have their A&P, and those civilians make a lot of money without it. But if you do have your A&P, you get paid extra money. So it's like, if you want a for sure job, right? You want a for sure job that you know you're gonna get your paycheck, because the government's gonna pay you, or the contractor is gonna pay you, and like you're not worrying about losing your job because there's too many of y'all, there's not enough positions. That's not gonna be the case with over there at Fort Rucker. So if you're looking for a job, you know where to go. I'm putting y'all onto game, man. Fort Rucker, Alabama over there. And there's also like, you don't only have to work with helicopters, right? If you get that AMP, you can work on planes because there's civilian jobs. Like, you know, the Army has planes. I'm a fixed wing pilot too. And that's only a civilian. The maintenance for those planes is only a civilian spot. Like, there's no Army MOS to be, to fix planes. You know what I mean? It's only a civilian spot. So it's like that. I don't know how easy it is to get those jobs because I never really asked those guys, but that's definitely a position. And they even hire civilians just to clean the windshields. So it's like there's definitely jobs there in the contractor side. I'm not gonna sit here and act like contractor work is the best. I've never done contract work before, but I've spoken to people who have, and it's like there's chances sometimes of you getting laid off. Like, I was talking to someone not too long ago, and he was like, during the COVID time, they had to lay people off, so he had lost his job. So it's not as foolproof, but then again, that's with any job you're gonna get. They have civilian spots, like I know in Germany they have civilian maintenance spots, so to go over there and like work on helicopters or work on planes, I know that for sure, over there in Germany. There's a bunch of different states that have stuff like that. So if you're worried like, oh, I'm gonna get my AMP and then I won't be able to get a job, like there's contractor works available as someone with their AMP. And another fun fact on that too, it's like, I've come to realize recently that you don't even have to have your AMP to get some of these contractor jobs. Like, as long as a buddy of mine, he had gotten out of the military and he never got his AMP while he was in. And next thing I know, he's working, he actually had came down to me in Alabama, and I was talking to him and he was letting me know like he got this contractor job and he don't have his AMP. But basically, once you've completed AIT and you can prove that you've completed AIT and you can show that you have your experience like working for the, like doing your MOS, doing your job as a Tango, they'll hire you. So it's like, don't think it's the end all be all if you never got your AMP while you were in, right? Still work towards it, but like you can still get a job if you didn't get your, if you didn't get your AMP, because a lot of these contractors, they understand. Another route, obviously I don't want to just make it look like you only have one route to go if you go, if you become a 15 Tango, right? Because I was a 15 Tango, I'm not a Tango no more, and I went the pilot route. So that's also a way that you can go. Like, it's easier for you as a Tango compared to like other MOSs that drop a flight packet, because as a Tango, you're right there in the hangar with all the pilots and all the senior NCOs or other people that understand the process of what it's like to become a pilot in the Army. So it's like you're in a very good spot. So I'm not trying to deter anyone away from getting their AMP, because I kind of wish I got mine, and I'm actually still planning on getting mine. But you also have the route of going the pilot route. So you can continue doing maintenance after you get out, or you could transition over to being an Army pilot. And it helps a lot because whether you know it or not, as a Tango, you start developing certain understandings of how helicopters work, or how planes work, or how, you know what I mean? So you start developing a little bit of understanding, and you would probably know more than like your counterparts that's not in aviation. So being a Tango definitely helped. My time in flight school, I think being a prior Tango definitely helped me throughout my time in flight school. So that's another option that you do have. What else did I want to hit on here? And just being in the military in general will help to set you up for success in the civilian world if you do it right? Because a lot of employers, if they know that you were in the military, they kind of expect a little bit more out of you, or they know they can get a little bit more out of you because you're kind of used to that structure and that discipline and getting your work done. So just even if you don't go and do an aviation job, just the fact that you were in the military, you know what I mean, that alone can help to, I'm not a recruiter or anything, I'm just speaking from like people I've spoken to, and just the fact that you're in the military alone will help you on the resume. And while you're in, speaking of resume, while you're in, man, you got to continue building towards that. Like if an opportunity comes up to do something, even if it has nothing to do with your current job, raise your hand, like, you know what, I'll volunteer to do that. You got to constantly build on that resume, because you never know where you'll be in the future, you know what I mean? But that's about it. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more I could have built on, because there's like, as we talked about in my previous video about 15 Tangos, Like there's broadening assignments and different stuff that you could do that could help set you up for different positions on the civilian side. But I just wanted to hit those two big topics, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's about it. And remember, my name is German Kelly. It's kind of weird now because like I was out not too long ago and someone saw me and they were like, yeah, I watch your YouTube videos. I've seen you on YouTube. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, all I do is I make these little simple videos to answer little simple questions, like questions that I would have had when I was, you know what I mean, when I was younger, or I was thinking about my future or what I should do. Those little questions that I could never find answers for, or just find like a little idea here or there, you know what I mean? So those are the type of videos I'm trying to make. So it's like, if I can help somebody out, you know what I mean, I'll help out. If y'all got any more questions, or if you have a better idea, or you could add to it a little way, just drop a comment in the comment section to help someone, because people text me. I'm not the most social person in the world, and then people text me all the time asking me for questions, and I might not answer as fast as I would like to answer a lot of times, and I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them or anything. So if you have information or you could help someone out, just comment in the section, in the comment section, and like, you know what I mean? Help. You know, last thing I want to do is be the person that sit around and gatekeep information. Like, as long as it's nothing sensitive or something I'm not supposed to say, like, I'll share so that younger person or that younger version of me or someone else could get information and kind of build on themselves and move forward, you know what I mean? So, if there's any questions y'all got, as long as I can talk about it, I'll talk about it. Deuces, man.